back. I'm Tomeka Jones, and you're watching Flawless Conversations on NowMedia Television. Are you ready? Let's go.
Welcome back to Flawless Conversations. Want more of what you're watching? Stay connected to Flawless Conversations in every Now Media TV show, live or on demand, anytime, anywhere. Download the free Now Media TV app on Roku or iOS and unlock non-stop bilingual programming in English and in Spanish. On the move, you can also catch the podcast version right from our website at www.nowmedia.tv.com. From business to breaking news to lifestyle, culture, and beyond, Now Media TV is available around the clock, ready whenever you're ready. Welcome back. I'm here with Donte Vaughn, Dr. Donte Vaughn, and now we're talking about the challenges many professionals, both men and women, face, and that is opportunities that may come before confidence. Many times the doors will open, but inside we're wondering, are we really ready enough? Am I ready enough? Dr. Dante, let's unpack that. What can men and women, professionals, do when opportunities come faster than their confidence?
When we think about the core premise of opportunity, it means a set of circumstances have all come together that to make something possible. That's what opportunity is, the possibility of something. The opportunity means that if you are engaged, you are part of those circumstances that made it possible. Without you, you could even challenge that opportunity may not be true or real, or its full potential may not be realized without you. Now, understanding that becomes essential in shifting the mindset. It doesn't mean that opportunity still doesn't come with struggle or failures along the way or barriers. It simply means that there are the right circumstances that say this is possible through me or with me. And I think so it becomes an examination of first, take the pressure off of yourself
Mhm.
around the guarantee of what that opportunity will yield. Simply see it as I am a catalyst. And because I'm a catalyst, I am opening myself up to whatever that opportunity may mean for me. Because I'm going to learn through it either way. I'm going to benefit through it either way. And those who are engaged with me, as long as I have a positive intent and mindset around what this pursuit may mean, then everyone else is going to benefit in some way as a result of it. Oftentimes, we think opportunity means desired outcome. And if I don't realize that desired outcome, then I have failed. So, therefore, I'm afraid to pursue it. Our confidence has to come in our belief that we are simply a catalyst to opportunity. And I think that fundamental mindset shift will help us navigate this level of confidence we may have entering the door. It's the courage to enter the door, not the confidence. Right? And the confidence builds with knowledge, understanding, awareness, and authority around the thing. But the courage part, I mean, how many of us have, look, when I first learned to ride a bike, I wasn't confident. I just had the courage to ride and then fall and then get back up and ride and then fall and get back up. Right? And that's the mindset I think we have to have.
Yeah, it's called resilience too, right?
Resilience, no
Yeah,
doubt, no
yeah.
doubt.
And what is that quote? Turn your obstacles into opportunities, right? So you, like you said, they're gonna come. You're gonna have obstacles, whether you CEO or you're a janitor, either whatever level you may be
That's
at,
right.
you're gonna have those obstacles. They're gonna come, right? So good stuff. I love it. I love it. Love it. How do you help someone see that they were chosen for a reason and not just by accident?
Oh well, you gonna get me
Get you to
down a
start
rabbit
preaching.
hole,
Go
Tamika.
ahead.
Um, for me, I'll start personally. I don't believe anything is by happenstance. um, so therefore, everything that exists with life in this universe exists with purpose. Now, to your point, is people understanding, connecting what that is. Well, first and foremost, the ideology we have around what our purpose is or isn't is often in misalignment to what our purpose actually is. Oftentimes the own barrier is ourselves and our belief that deep down inside we want our purpose to be X, but our purpose is Y. Okay. So correlate that to your question. I think it has much to do with simply asking oneself, in this circumstance, in this situation, no matter how unlikely I may have perceived it, no matter how unprepared I might feel about this journey I'm on or this opportunity I'm facing or this door that I've walked through, how can I show up as the best version of myself to be to have the best positive outcome on the circumstance. Now imagine if we entered every scenario that way. Doesn't matter if we foresaw it, doesn't matter if we even want it to be so. But in the moment, where I am is where I am. So how do I show up as the best version of myself to have the greatest positive impact on the outcome? And if I can do that at every circumstance, every situation, imagine the opportunities that are actually revealed through that. So imagine if I'm something as simple as I'm sitting in traffic. I left early. I mapped my journey. I mapped where I wanted to arrive. I knew what time I wanted to arrive, and then I encountered traffic that was unforeseen. If I take an accountability mindset, if I look at this circumstance through the lens of how do I be the best version of myself and have the greatest impact on those around me, it's just my mindset on how I respond to it. So what may seem to be a barrier becomes an opportunity. We can carry that in every circumstance because oftentimes I believe we treat opportunities as this absolute thing when in fact opportunity is perpetual, it is continual, and it's all encompassing. In most experiences we have in our lives, it's more about the mindset we take around it and how we approach it. I just want to be the best version of myself and have a positive impact. I've created something. So we become less of the recipients of opportunities, we become the creators of opportunity. So it's a fundamental shift we have in how we approach opportunities in the first place and our mindset around them. Let's not go in with some prescribed notion of what I'm supposed to be and do. Let's go in and just say, there's a version of me that's optimal in this circumstance, and I want to have the greatest impact on someone around me through it. That's it.
Right.
And then the rest will kind of figure itself out, right? So if I'm stuck in traffic that I didn't foresee, who can I call? What podcast can I listen to? What prayer or meditation can I do? What can I smile at the people to the left and the right of me to let them know it's all good, even though we're in traffic? What else can I have a conversation with my child about their day that I otherwise would not have had if I arrived home faster than I usually would? There's so many things that you create opportunities for. So we become the catalyst and not just the recipient.
Absolutely. Yes, I totally agree with that as well. I know when I'm going through any type of negative or contrast or something that's repeatedly showing up in my life, I've learned to take that step back, right? When I coach women as well, I have them take a step back and ask yourself, but sit with it for a second. Sit with you and God. Sit with it, right? What is the purpose of this? What can I learn from this, right? And how can this help me grow as an individual, right? So those are two things that I use whenever I'm going through, when life be lifing, right? Right. So what is one practical action someone can take today if they're doubting their readiness, meaning if they're going back and forth, like, someone who's ready to write that book, or step into that business, or apply for that job that they keep going on the internet looking at, right? What is one practical action that they can take today, um, if they're doubting their readiness?
A couple things come to mind as you ask that. First thing is for me, if we if we perceive that there is a risk associated with taking a certain step, ask yourself, what are the steps I need to take to land exactly where I want to be? And if those steps are necessary, would I want to take less steps to get there? Or would I be taking more steps than what's required so that I increase my probability of landing where I want to be? Do I want to aim, if I'm shooting for the stars, do I, or shooting for the moon, do I aim for the stars or do I aim for a tree?
Hmm.
Right. So I think the rational thought will say, well, I better be aiming for the stars to give me a higher probability to hit the moon. Don't let risk aversion cause us to aim for the trees, because the probability of me hitting the moon is null. So if we take that rational thought, then I'm gonna, if I'm gonna go, I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna do what's necessary. I'm gonna take those steps, because if my desired outcome is to achieve X, then I gotta do what I gotta do. If I want to write a book, I'm not just going to write a book. I'm going to do whatever step. If I know that I need to have a concept, an idea, a manuscript, and then I need to find a pathway for publishing, and then I need to promote it, and I need to, and my desired outcome is to have a positive impact on my book. Okay, great. That's a traditional trajectory. Well, but that's kind of like aiming for the trees, but I'm trying to get to the moon. What I really need to do, well, maybe I take some extra steps. So maybe if I'm desiring to write a book, then, and I have an idea and a concept, I want to understand who else followed a certain path, and who I perceive as successful in an outcome of publishing their book. And maybe I want to study and learn a little bit more about the steps that they took. Maybe in addition to that, I have a trusted group of advisors that I either want to assemble or I already have, so that I can pitch my concept and just get some perspectives if I think that they kind of are the profile of people who I would want reading the book. And that may inform some decisions. You know what? Instead of me just doing those things, I'll take these additional steps necessary. I want to grow my following around myself as a thought leader, so that when they find out I have a book, then they're going to be more inclined to want to pursue it. Those are taking those steps that are necessary to reach the trajectory that I really want to reach. So it's
Yeah.
taking a reverse approach to pursuing and overcoming this hesitation. I think that's one way to go. Now, let's say the reality is there are some people who are so burdened with the fear of taking the step that they would never go as far as taking the extremes. Let's go on the other end of the spectrum. As fear is grounded in this fundamental desire to not be harmed, to not feel pain, to not feel hurt. Um, Ask yourself, what truly are you afraid of? And oftentimes, we go back to the earlier conversation,
Mm-hmm.
how others react to the steps we've taken, the actions we've taken, oftentimes is what's rooted in our fears, because we desire acceptance, we desire approval. So we have to challenge ourselves to say and look within to say, what am I really afraid of? And why is it that I desire the acceptance and the approval for this thing that I truly believe in? What am I really chasing? Because oftentimes, if we can get after what's really holding us back, and we can break that down, oh my goodness, the minute the minute we can understand the depth of our hurt, our pain, our trauma, oftentimes my executive coaching has so much more to do with the psychological implications of a person and their experiences, especially their altering childhood experiences
Yes.
that have perpetuated how they show up in their roles as leaders in their lives, personally and professionally. Sometimes we got to peel back that onion far enough to say, what is it that I'm actually seeking, or what's actually holding me back? Because if we don't get after that, there's no trick, there's no magical book, there's no seminar that you're going to go to that's sustainable enough to drive you when you encounter the next barrier or obstacle in the thing that you're trying to pursue. So yes, it requires the hard work, it requires the deep look,
Yes,
the deep
absolutely.
work.
Yes, yes, yes. I totally agree. Totally agree. Awesome. So stay with us. Up next, we'll tackle how to grow into your next level without drowning in this thing called doubt. This is where the real transformation happens, right? This is where it begins. So go grab that cup of coffee, but make sure you come right back.
We'll be right back to remind you that healing is possible. Confidence is yours, and that you are flawless. This is Flawless Conversations on Now Media Television.